Welcome back to My Town. Previously, we were introduced to the 6 principles of asset management contained within our asset management policy. We learned that My Town's goal is to provide services that protect and enhance the quality of life for their residents by making the best possible decisions regarding the town's assets. The asset management policy is based on 6 principles. The principles are forward-looking and sustainable, robust, repeatable, and transparent decision-making, risk-based perspective, whole life cycle perspective, people-focused, and sound asset information. In this video, the champion of whole life cycle perspective will guide My Town in understanding this principle. My Town is made up of many different assets such as roads, bridges, facilities, vehicles, equipment, and parks. Factors such as wear, damage, obsolescence, or changes to levels of service may bring about these assets' end of life. It's at this point that a decision needs to be made as to whether these assets are to be renewed, replaced, or disposed. Everyone that works with an asset during its life cycle is contributing to its cost, whether you are constructing, installing, operating, maintaining, repairing, renewing, or disposing. These are all the costs necessary to own and operate assets throughout their life cycle. The sum of these costs over the life of the asset is described as the whole life cycle cost, and needs to be considered when the asset's end of life has been reached and a decision needs to be made. My Town is procuring a new asset to replace a similar existing asset that no longer meets service expectations. There are lots of options out there that seem to do the same job and provide the expected level of service, so why not just buy the lowest cost one?
Option B is the lowest cost.
Whole life cycle perspective should be considered in the decision-making process. Let's look at all costs related to an asset throughout its life. If the asset lasts 20 years, let's look at the different costs that are included to purchase, install, operate, maintain, repair, and dispose. As you can see, the total life cycle cost is a lot larger than just the purchase price. This asset costs less to purchase, therefore you would assume it would provide the best value to My Town. Let's look at the different costs that are included to install, operate, maintain, repair, and dispose of this asset to see if that's true. As you can see, although the purchase price is less, the cost to maintain and operate this asset cost more per year, therefore causing an overall higher whole life cost. Not only will the more efficient asset cost less in the long run, but lower operational expenses usually equates to less repairs and downtime. So, it is worth taking the time to look at an asset that will cost you the least over its entire life.
The review of the whole life cost analysis shows that option B's original purchase cost is lower, however, its whole life cost is higher. Therefore, option A provides the best value over its life.
Option A is the best choice.
Decision makers can use this information to support their decision on which option to choose in order to meet organizational objectives for the least required overall cost. Other life cycle activities that may influence their decision are resource management, shutdown and outage management, environmental considerations, reliability and availability, and business continuity concerns. Managing the asset throughout its life cycle, from acquisition to disposal, with a whole life cycle perspective is key to meeting asset management objectives. Whole life cycle perspective is one of the 6 principles of My Town's asset management policy. You too can be a champion of this principle.